Welcome to the Power Lunch Podcast, your midday dose of boldness, brilliance, and a little bit of badassery. I'm Amy Sousa, here with my powerhouse co-hosts, Tracie Munce and Lisa Carmichael, and we're coming in hot to shake things up. Each week, we dish out bite-sized, high-impact conversations on business, health, purpose, wealth, and the wild, beautiful chaos in between. Whether you're building your dream, rebooting your story, or just catching your breath, this is your space to get grounded, inspired, and reignited. This isn't just another podcast, it's your power move. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Power Lunch Podcast. Today's conversation feels different. It's not about strategy. It's not about numbers. It's not even really about business. It's about momentum. It's about legacy. And it's about the energy we're choosing to step into this year. I've been really leaning into the Chinese New Year, this year being the year of the fire horse. Fire is illumination. It's courage. Fire burns away what no longer fits. And the horse runs with strength, loyalty, stamina, and instinct. This year feels less like proving and more like becoming. Lisa and I are here tonight, and we've felt a shift in our businesses, in our leadership, even in our personal lives. Not frantic movement, not hustle for validation, but real momentum. That kind that feels grounded in purpose, the kind that feels aligned, that asks not how much can I make, but who am I becoming? We're also preparing for our power luncheon in April. And what's clear is this: women don't just need more information right now. They need more rooms of intention, rooms of truth, rooms where legacy isn't something you leave behind someday. It's something you live today. So today we're pulling back the curtain on momentum, on legacy, and what this fire horse year is asking of us. Lisa, first off, we're missing Amy today, so it's just Lisa and I. When you think of the fire horse energy, what does that mean to you? Have you thought on it as much as I have?
No, I definitely have not thought about it as much as you have. I'm a visual person, so I am visualizing a red horse, a ginger horse. No, red, more firehouse red. And, red is good. It's like fire is igniting, ignition, it's moving forward, it's acceleration. Um, yeah, I know you like words of the year, and something like this really makes sense for you.
Yeah.
And I love that you're sharing it with our community. Here is it.
Out this last 2 years, last year was the year of the snake. On February 17th begins the Chinese New Year of the fire horse, and there's just something about last year that I really felt the shedding. I could even feel it even last month. Just this burning away, if you want, of what no longer is needed. And what I found in releasing of people, places, things, that we're given opportunities to release what no longer serves us multiple times, but then there becomes this: if we don't, then it happens with or without our
Cognizant.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes feel harder when we're releasing something that we've held on to so much. And that can be, for me, I can look at, my last business. I knew that time was coming, but then when it came, it was like almost just like unwinding my fingers to release it, right? And sometimes, it's that hang on till the last minute, but then the energy of the fire horse can mean a couple of things. First off, anything that you haven't released, fire will burn away. If it's not meant for you, I think it's going. I think that we're going to feel that, and again, I use the word release, but I think we're going to feel it even more so than if we had gingerly let our fingers let it go. But then the momentum of the horse knows where it's going. It doesn't zigzag. It doesn't it has a direction and it's going. And most of the time when I think about horse, it's going full force. So how do we get onto that momentum ride that's available to us in 2026 and really just take that energy of the fire that is, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Now that you say it that way, I would say fire is courage. It's illumination.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's freedom. I don't know that a horse necessarily will run in a straight line unless it has reins forcing it to run in a straight line.
Isn't that intention then?
That's
A little bit?
intention. And I don't know a lot about horses. I loved horses as a kid. I always wanted one.
Me too. I wanted one with socks and star. Was what I remember.
Oh, cute. Are they loyal? I don't know.
Well, think about a horse in healing. That there's all these ranches that on Modalis
Yes.
is, and they have a knowing about them and thence that I think that there's so much behind that I really am just kind of leaning into that Chinese astrology this year of what does that feel like to no longer be willing to settle for, no longer to and be very intentional about what I'm building and how I'm creating that momentum, that acceleration, this build up.
So this horse is running. I'm still going with that visual. So what are you running away from this year?
Yeah. What am I running away from?
Yeah.
I think first off, I heard avoidance when you said that. And I have my sabotaging characteristic is avoidance. So I think what I'm running away from is not avoiding and really just being in whatever I need to be in. But what I am releasing from is we were talking about it at the last power lunch or at the at the happy hour we just had on Tuesday, is that I think that I'm no longer tolerating is the identity that I have been carrying with me for so many years that please don't make this sound ego, but that I'm no longer going to tolerate that I'm not as good as I think I am. That I am indeed as good as I think I am. I am as good as I think I am.
Is that the wisdom of your age?
I think it is, and it's also trusting the people that are around me. The women that I've surrounded myself with are truth tellers, and when they say, "Hey, maybe you want to look at this. This doesn't really align with your character or what I see your character being," I can take that and I can lean into it and go, "Oh, I didn't realize that I was doing that." But I have to also trust them when they say that I'm a really great speaker or that I'm really great in these rooms.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? I need to trust both. I can't just listen to the things that my friends, my confidants are telling me about what I need to change to create a better version of me. I need to also listen to what they're saying about what I do well.
And that's the kind of room that we're trying to build through Glass Ceiling Foundation. A room of comfort, someone that's willing to speak about how they feel about something and also be open to learning from their mistakes. Why do you think women need rooms like that in their business right now?
Well, what's funny is what's coming up is I have a friend that he grew up with this belief. Self-praise is no recommendation. And he would say that to me over and over. Self-praise is no recommendation. And he almost, like that repetitiveness of them, it sabotaged my business because you have to self-praise in social media. And also I also had this other friend that somebody said something about her, like her future husband. And she goes, "I'm the catch of the century. I am the catch for him." And somebody was like, "Ooh, ego much." And she goes, "If I don't believe that, how is he going to believe that?" So I think that what the reason women need to be in rooms that A, stretch them, B, give them a bigger illumination of what's possible and who they are, is because if they're not, those negative things of self-praise is no recommendation. How can you say those are so much more amplified if we're in a room only with ourself. Yeah.
I totally agree. I think when we started the happy hours, we wanted women to start thinking differently. And we would ask questions that they weren't being asked from other networking groups. And if you're coming to a happy hour, you are networking, but we are asking you to, you're walking into a completely different type of room, a boardroom almost, that we want you to feel comfortable answering the questions that we're asking so that you can learn a little bit more about yourself so that you can shine differently than you do maybe at a being an introvert at a networking event
Right.
where you don't meet somebody.
I agree. I think also what I see a lot, especially with new people that are new women that come to the happy hours or the power luncheon, is it's so easy for us to grab low hanging fruit and say, I don't know, or give an answer that sounds right or sounds acceptable. But when we can sit around in those and we can have women really go a little bit deeper than those surface question or those surface answers and find the root of really what's motivating them to s- to be a striver in their lives or their businesses, something beautiful happens. And that's where those women that keep coming back over and over again, there's a safety that's created in those rooms too.
Right. Because going back to your horse, the fire horse, it would be so much easier to get out of the way and run away versus I'm going to ride this horse.
That's right.
Because it's not real. So why not jump on and ride the fire horse?
Metaphorical.
Yeah.
We have not had a fire horse here in 60 years. This is the last time we had this energy of the fire horse was 60 years ago. So there's this opportunity to create something that we've never had an opportunity to really lean into. So just that momentum, and again, leaning into that fire atmosphere metaphor, like how do we create that feeling of momentum in our body in the way that we show up every day, and what that looks like, right? That momentum. How can it be different than what it was just even yesterday? What's the questions that we're asking ourselves in the morning rather than what do I need to do? How can I show up this today? How can I lean into the energy of momentum differently today than I did yesterday? So maybe it's just asking those different questions of ourselves too, or changing our rituals or uh exploring new opportunities that maybe we weren't.
Oh, for sure. And for that reason, that's why we invite you to join us at the power luncheon, at any of our power luncheons. But this next power luncheon is especially, I'm excited about because the power of you and finance.
On that. Yeah.
Yes. And having the conversation and being able to ask the experts what we need to think about as female business owners. And really, like, why does a woman need to be in this room?
Mhm.
And maybe that's why do you feel a woman needs to be in the room at the power luncheon that we offer?
Well, first off, this power luncheon is one of my favorites because it makes me the most uncomfortable. I was just talking to a podcast guest and I said, why is it that money always makes my stomach roll? It all I mean, like, I think that my new goal in 2026 is that when somebody brings up money, finance, profitability, legacy, that I don't automatically get this cinching in my body because I don't feel like I'm on the right path, or I don't feel like I have the right tools, or where do I even start? That's a lot of the questions that I'm hearing from women. Well, I've been in business for this long. I haven't had these, I don't have the systems and processes and in place. Where do I even start? It could never happen for me. Why aren't we talking more about money and how to be a profitable business versus just being a business that's based on passion? And so this power luncheon again is one of my favorites because it makes me the most uncomfortable, and I've always been taught that get into the rooms that make you uncomfortable. If you're in a room that you're the smartest or you're in the top 5 smartest people in that room, it's probably a room that you should be leading, and also probably not where you're learning more or expanding your vision. So that's number one, that if it makes you uncomfortable, I think that that's the room you need to be at. Number 2 is every business owner, whether you already are in a place where you're building legacy wealth or legacy, uh, um, a legacy business, I think that anytime you can get repetition on what you already know, it leads to expansion. So Tony Robbins is famous for saying, like, repetition is the mother of all skill or the mother of all mastery. So if it's something that you already know about finance, maybe it's just about the repetition. And number 3, I think it comes down to community. We we can't continue living as solopreneurs. We have to be interconnected, entrepreneurs, where we're collaborating with each other. Even if it's somebody in finance and you're in baby care, right? They don't look like they belong together, but they absolutely can collaborate and expand together. So I think that, connection and community it's the key to true true legacy wealth, true legacy businesses, that you have to be in collaboration. At least that's been my experience of being in business for over 19 years, doing it as a solo, doing it as a living on an island, and now doing it as collaboration. It feels different. It feels like I'm just getting started. Like 19 years is just a drop in the bucket.
I keep thinking about this idea of fire horse. So fire doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't apologize for taking up space. It transforms everything that it touches. And the horse, it doesn't run circles.
That's right.
So it may run, this way, that way, or it may run straight. It runs with direction, with power, with instinct. So maybe this year isn't about chasing more. Maybe it's about running toward what's true, burning away those old scripts like you shed with the year of the snake, burning away the old fears, the old ways of measuring success. And maybe legacy isn't what we leave behind when we're done. Maybe legacy is how we show up when no one is watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how we protect what matters, how we build rooms for other women to rise, that's what I'm most proud of with Glass Ceiling Foundation. So if this is the year of the fire horse, then let it be the year we stop performing and start becoming. Let's let it be the year of momentum that feels aligned instead of exhausting. There's so many of you are exhausted. We don't want that for you. We want this to be the year where we build success, that we're proud to stand inside of it together. And if something to you feels lit up listening to this, that's not by accident. That's your fire.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you. I got you turned around from what a fire horse.
You do.
Just 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. And now you're going to be all in on the Fire Horse year, which starts on February 17th. So when we're listening to this, and then April 28th is our power luncheon. So, and really the power of you in 2026, you can see us leaning in to the momentum, the intentionality, the, just the beauty of the fire, of it burns away, but it also creates too.
It does. makes room for creation.
Absolutely.
So,
What a
all
great
right.
conversation.
Yeah.
Good.
So we will
Easy.
see you at the table April 28th.
I love it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. If something we shared sparked a new idea, gave you a fresh perspective, or simply made you feel seen, we'd love for you to pass it on. Share this episode with a friend, a colleague, or a fellow powerhouse woman who's walking her own journey. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, keep showing up, keep rising, and remember, there's no ceiling you can't break through.